If you ever heard the phrase, a picture's worth 1,000 words, then you would understand how one image can tell an entire story. Now, this is especially true when it comes to animation, because if you were to pause a single frame of a short animated film, or even an entire movie, you can understand exactly what the scene is going to be about. The only problem is that animation and anime is so underwhelmed in the age group of teens and young adults that it is seen as childish, and people make fun of people that watch stuff like anime or cartoons. But I feel like we should spread the awareness of how underappreciated animation is, because not only is it good with helping with social interactions for little kids, but it is also very helpful when it comes to storytelling. And I know about this because not only have I put in a ton of research into this, but I also majored in animation and motion graphics. Now the first thing I want to talk about is that animation is very good when it comes to storytelling, and it helps you really connect to the characters, and it really makes you want to watch another episode. And this is especially true for people that are new to animation. They might look at it and think that it's childish because it's like a cartoon and it's not like, it doesn't involve real people. But if you were to take at least 2 seconds, like at least 23 minutes of your time to watch an entire episode of one anime, you would really enjoy it. Anime is also known as Japanese animation, which is very popular in the Japanese culture, and is also common in the States. But a lot more people also don't like animation because simply it is seen as childish. But according to one review on Full Metal Alchemist, which is also an anime, it has really changed how he sees storytelling. According to this review, it says, "I have always loved story, but until I immersed myself in anime, I didn't really understand how story loved me back." This quote is basically stating how you can love how a story is being told, but but you can't really understand how how it can grab your attention unless it's animation. Now, this isn't always true, but it is more often or not very much. It is more often or not true because of how free you can be when like with certain animations. You can you can change the background immediately. You can change the facial expression of a character immediately, and it's very noticeable and it very much grabs your attention. Now, the second aspect I want to get to is facial expressions. When it comes to facial expressions, especially in real life conversations, facial expressions shows how a person is interested, how much a person cares, and how involved they are, and if they really want to be involved. In anime, they do a really good job in portraying how a character is involved and how a character is being made. Now, facial expressions are very important because it also shows what's going to happen and what's going to happen in future in future in future scenes, and it also foreshadows a lot of things. According to a quote on how important facial expressions is, it states, "One aspect of facial expressions of agents that could make people more pro-social is the dynamic properties of the eyes. Social psychological research has shown that the presence of static eyes makes people more pro-social." This is basically saying how in facial expressions, how much the eyes really change the way we see a conversation and how we see an animated scene take into place, and they really do most of the work. This is especially true in animation because it shows if eyes really show if a person is angry and if a person's upset, and it really makes up most of the facial expression, which is very important. And I feel like this needs to be taken into consideration because of how important it tells a story. Now let's get to our third point, because a lot of people think, oh, you're just talking about anime, what is the point? It is not only in anime, but it is also especially in cartoons and animated films for little children, so that they can learn how to read, and like little toddlers, so that they can learn how to read and they can learn how to do math, and they're much more involved in learning. A study shows that it also increases a learner's ability to transfer their skills into novel situations. As such, studies have suggested using stories that learners can identify with to help them learn problem-solving skills. This quote is actually stating how students grab onto the attention of an image, so that it can help them associate with words and even math problems, and it will help them solve the situation easier. Now, I know you might think that when you start watching animation or anime for the first time, you're not going to be super involved into it. You're not going to like it, and you're going to regret it instantly. And I'm not saying that won't happen, but I'm also saying to at least try it out. Take 23 minutes out of your day just to watch one entire episode of an anime, or even 2 minutes of a short film. Even if you don't like it, you can really understand how or why people are involved in it. Even if you have any friends that don't like it, or if you have any friends that you think would like it, you should get them involved into watching anime, and you should get them involved into watching animated films. I promise you, it is not something that it should be as underappreciated as it is nowadays. I hope you guys learn something about animation, and I hope you understand why animation is so important. And see you guys later. Goodbye.